Ahoy Ragamuffins, Jamie here, and welcome to Energize and Empower 45. Today is day one. You can do this as a standalone one, no worries. But yeah, today's day one. So each workout, what we're gonna do is we're going to do 3 circuits for 3 rounds, 3 times, and there's 3 exercises in each circuit. So we're gonna have 3 exercises back to back, 9 times. It's gonna be about 45 minutes with a warm-up and a cool down. What you're gonna need today is a mat. Now, I always show multiple options for an exercise, so if you're wanting to get down on the ground today, go ahead and grab a mat. We will need weights. I have between mediums and heavies, 8 pounds, 15 pounds. But remember, you know your body better than I do. Take a break anytime. We're gonna get warmed up here in marches. So I kind of started out in runs. Lift legs here, alternating those arms as you come up and lift. Maybe you lift wide. Maybe you're here. Maybe you have a little bit more arm action. Maybe you're here. Ha! Really getting into that march, you know? Uh-oh, I think I need to tie my hair one more time. Sometimes I don't give it enough tight grip. All right, coming on jacks, side to side. Option 1, maybe elbows, maybe step out, maybe arms here, maybe a little bit more hop. Each warm up, we're gonna do about 30 seconds, feeling that warmth in your body. Check in with your body. How you feeling? How you doing physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, all of the things. All right, hip openers. So option 1, opening up the hip here. Option 2, opening up wide hip opener here. That one takes a little bit more balance. So you can bring it here for a groin opener or opening up. But you see I'm on the one-legged stance here. So you're gonna need to hold on something for balance. Also, might want to have a support nearby for push-ups and planks. I'm going to show all different options. You know that. But I have to say it anyway. Rotation throws, lifting up, bending down, and rotating at the hip. Option 1. Option 2, coming down, lifting that heel. We're going to switch 15 seconds into the other side. Rotation, throw up and over. Option 1. Option 2, lifting into that throw. Down and lift. Dynamic hip flexor. We're gonna step back, tuck, maybe open up or come to the same side. About 3 seconds each. I think that one was about 2. Stepping back. Maybe you come into a rotation, tucking the glute, squeezing the glute, utilizing a support or a balance, something to hold on to if needed. Squat reaches, we're gonna have body weight squats here, coming down, bending knees, reach up. If that feels good for you today. I got my eye on a crack in the ceiling that I feel like I should be taking note of. You know, when you're like, how long has that been there? Has it been that cracky? You can be here. You can add like a little hop in between. Warming up, we got 5 more seconds. Exhaling, helicopter twist. So rotation can be here. Rotation can be a little bit wider, or lifting up those heels, coming side to side, and breathing, breathing, breathing. Let's bring it into an arm helicopter, front and back, front and back, warming up those arms. Last one, inchworm walkouts. Inchworm walkouts, coming down on the ground here and coming back up. Each time, maybe you come out on the wall, do a little bit of a stretch and come back. Choose what works best for you. Maybe you're walking all the way out and coming back up. Maybe you're on the wall. Different options, different days. We're going to utilize all the options. All the time, all the time. 30 seconds. This is the time that you make sure you have your water bottle nearby, your weights. Like I said today, we have some chest presses, we have some front raises, some bicep curls, lots of body weight stuff. But make sure that, we do the 3 exercises twice. So feel free to stick around for 1 circuit, maybe 2, maybe 3. You choose. We're gonna start with 6 high knees to an up down. Okay, so option 1, 6 high knees. You got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up, down on the wall. Exhale. Maybe we're here on the platform. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands across from chest. Go ahead and add a push-up or make it a plank. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe you come down for a thigh pad push-up or tabletop push-up. Hopping it up, stepping it up. Or plank push-up here, or plank position only. Whew. And we got 20 seconds in between each exercise, letting your body recover a bit, preparing for the next one. Up, down, squat to squat jump is the next one. So lots of options for that. Option 1, squat. Option 2, maybe you come into reverse lunge and then squat. Reverse lunge and squat. If you'd like to incorporate that up, down, you're coming down. You can absolutely use something for support and coming into a squat. So I'm using maybe a bench for support, and I'm alternating that up, down. You do not have to add that squat jump. So very functional exercise as I come back. Remember, squats, maybe alternating lunges, alternating step backs. Maybe you're coming down and lifting up, slowly touching that knee and lifting up. Maybe you want to add that squat in the middle and hop. All right, dumbbell chest press. All right, lots of options for this. Standing option, which includes the shoulder, is here. This is a fly. This is a standing option, okay? For the ground, that includes the shoulders though. If you feel comfortable getting down on the ground, you're grabbing the weights and they're coming down, pretending like you're doing a push-up almost, but you're pushing the weights opposite, like, you're pushing away from the ground on a push-up, now you're pushing the weights up. So it's a very similar motion with your arms. Maybe you do 1 and 1, leaving 1 come up and 1 down. Here, and exhale. This is a chest fly, but I'm incorporating this standing option as a chest fly. I would use a little lighter weights for this one. Opening up and here. Opening up and here. All right, 30 seconds. We're gonna come into round 2. All those 3 exercises will be the same. I'm looking for a, where is it? A resistance band. Hold on. Resistance band. We'll see if this one works. All right, 6 high knees, burpees. I got an option for the chest with that resistance band. 6 high knees to burpee, up, down, 6. Maybe your marches, burpee or plank after 6. You choose the impact. Maybe you're here, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hop back, exhale. Maybe you're here, intentional, core engaged with each one. Coming down platform, hands across from chest. Maybe you add a push-up, maybe you come to the plank. Maybe you're in jogs. You prefer jogs rather than high knees. Go ahead. Coming down, maybe in a tabletop position, forehead here. Hopefully I've given you option that works for you today. All right, now we're coming into that up, down squat. Coming back, maybe squat feels good for today. Maybe a step back lunge, holding onto something for balance. Maybe you want to try that knee touchdown and push back up. Maybe you have that up and down and squat, alternating the knee that steps back. Maybe you add a little hop at the top or a jump, land soft. Maybe you add weight to this. Maybe you want like 8 pounds on each side, pushing up through the front of that leg, left leg here, pushing up. We're driving through the front leg to come up to stand. Again, optional squat, up, down. All right, here's where I'm gonna go with the standing option. If you do have an elastic band, I should have said this in the beginning, apologize, but you can also do chest press with an elastic band here. Chest press here with an elastic band. So standing option, elastic band, or with the weights, you have that chest fly. Opening up, this is just gonna add the shoulders more so than that supine option. So supine option, heavy on the chest, coming down, knees are bent. Maybe you have a bench. Maybe you have a bench that you can do this on nearby. You're gonna get a little bit more range of motion at the shoulder. Maybe you bring down those elbows a little bit more. Exhale as you press. Core engaged. And slowly exhaling as you lift up. Gauge the weight. Maybe you go lighter, maybe you go heavier, depending on how you're feeling today. Okay, keeping that elastic band nearby. I feel bad I didn't say that in the beginning, but sometimes I think of options throughout. Trying not to beat myself up. All right, round 3. We got 6 high knees, 2 and up down, burpee, whatever feels good. You do the one that works best for you. Last round of all of these, and 3, 2, and 1. 6 marches, maybe in a tabletop. Maybe you want to come here and touch chest to the ground, step back or hop back, and lift. Maybe you're here, countertop, hands alongside body, coming down, exhale. Hoo, hoo, hoo. What works for you today? Try not to beat yourself up for, whatever worked for you 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 6 decades ago, whatnot. We're figuring out and we're working with what works for us today. All right, up, down, squat, jump, optional jump. Maybe you're here, stepping back, knee is alongside that toe, lifting up. Maybe you're staying in the squat and coming up. Maybe you're alternating, touching that knee down to the ground or hovering. Or maybe you have down, down, up, up. So what I mean when I say we're focusing on what works for us today, here's an option that I was saying last time. You can add weights. Sometimes I get so wrapped around what works for other people and doesn't work for me. Why can't that work for me? Why can't, I wish I could be the type of person that A, B, C, D. Instead of focusing on what does work for me, and that I'm not maybe that type of person right now in this season of life, and embracing what helps me. I'm a real visual person. I like a lot of color. So my to-do list and planner, I like highlighters, and friends used to make fun of me in college, teasing, but I've incorporated that more into my business instead of, chest press. Ugh. So standing option, fly, if you have the weights. If you have a long band, wrap it around your back and you grab it at chest height and bring it to center. Coming back nice, slow and controlled alongside body. If you have the ability today to come down on the ground, knees bent, chest press. So anyway, I get in this mindset sometimes where I beat myself up of like, oh, I wish I wasn't, you know, so, I don't have to have all these different color highlighters and all this stuff. And then, you know, no, that is what works for me, and I enjoy it, and it's fun marking things off, and that's how I have a creative outlet. So I've just embraced that recently, especially in the business, but understanding what works for me rather than focusing on, oh, okay, now we're going in between rounds. Sorry. Now we're taking a full kind of 90-second rest break. So grab a drink, maybe wipe yourself off. This is a great time to either go to the cool down if you've had enough, that's about 15 minutes. So that'll be about 20 after the cool down, or if you want to join us for the next one. But we just need to bring our heart rate down, and then we're going to bring it back up. But yeah, thinking about what works for me instead of what's wrong with me. Yeah, that's a big one. I think I read that somewhere. I will annotate that if I can remember. All right, this round, the first one is going to be alternating jump lunge to squat. A lot of people do not feel comfortable jumping in a lunge. I will show multiple options, and one of them will be a hop or a jump. But please, anytime I show options, I hope you never feel pressured to do anything, and that you start to gain tools for how you can make the movement work for you. 10 seconds. So now we're going back, and actually let's add a forward. So we're going to add forward and squat. So option 1, step and squat. Option 2, full forward lunge, squat. Option 3, step back, jump, squat. Forward, push off from that forward foot. Push off from that forward foot, squat. Maybe you add a couple more. Maybe I'm gonna add 2 squats here, forward step, and maybe you have a long distance and you can do some walking lunges. You come to the end and do a squat. That's super fun. Fun, right? All right, dumbbell suitcase squat to hammer curl. This is a compound exercise, so kind of 2 combining 1. Weights are gonna be on either side of our body, and then we're gonna come into a hammer curl. Play with the weight. I'm gonna start with these. We'll see how it goes. Option 1, suitcase squat. Pretend like you have weights or suitcase on either side. If you want to add that dumbbell curl, hammer curl at the top, thumbs are facing up, go ahead and do so. If you want to stick with suitcase squat only or hammer curl only, break it up. Feel free to break it up. Like I said, I hope you feel empowered to take each exercise and kind of make it your own. And exhale, bringing those weights up. Maybe you need a seated break and you want to do hammer curl seated. Option alternating, option together. Whew. All right, upright row to front raise. This is what I got my lighter weights out for. Again, do 1, because you might need different weights for both. So upright row, leading with the elbows, front raise, elbows soft. So break it up. Maybe you do upright row only. Maybe you do front raise only. Exhale, core engaged, elbows are soft. Maybe you combine it, working on muscular endurance here, so it doesn't have to be the heaviest weight. Slowly lower down. Exhale, and lift and lower. Maybe you do 1 and 1. I actually really like that combo. Maybe you do here, upright row, 1 and 1 here. Maybe backwards, flip it. Or like I said, maybe you stay with the upright row using a bar that works best for you, a bar or dumbbells. All right, 30 seconds. We're coming into round 2. Jump lunge Remember, I don't even think I showed a jump last time. Forward lunge to a squat. So this kind of is the opposite direction of what we did with the up downs in the first circuit. Option 1, stepping, coming into a squat. Option 2, coming a little bit more forward with that movement. You can feel free to break this up as well. Push off from that front foot, hips align. So step forward, I'm stepping forward with the left. Push off. Feel the different pressures of the foot when you step off and press up. Maybe you come into 2 squats. Maybe you come into a little hop. Hop. Here, hips align, headlights on the hips, pointing forward. You can feel a drop in 1. Squat, breathing, 2, and 1. All right, coming into suitcase squat to hammer curl. What did I grab last time? This one. So remember, break it up if you want. Do the compound exercise if you'd like. Hopefully I've given you an option that works well. Seated, you can do a seated hammer curl. We're coming down suitcase squat. Maybe you do 1 and 1. Maybe you do 2 and 2. Weights are alongside body. Coming down and lifting up. Gazes forward. Roll shoulders back. Pushing through feet up to stand. And down and lift. I like the 2 and 2 combo. Feel free to break it up. Maybe you do alternating hammer curls here. Maybe you're seated. You lift. Exhale. And breathe. All right, upright row to front raise. Remember, break it up. Front raise, maybe 2, maybe alternating. Holding here. Rolling shoulders down and back. Option 1, upright row only, alternating. Option 2, maybe you want to break it up, alternating front raise. Elbows are soft. Try to control that weight on the way down. Maybe you want to make it a compound exercise and incorporate both. Pretending like this is a bar. Lifting up, elbows lead. And squeeze. Breathing out. Good. Ragamuffins, remember, take a break anytime. Timer and I, guides. Whew, same thing. Same goes for me. I'll still guide you with words, verbal, and I'm gonna be taking those breaks too. All right, 20 seconds. We're gonna grab a drink. Let me wipe my brow off. Jump lunge, alternating forward lunge, forward tap to squat here. Maybe you jog in between, maybe active recovery. Maybe you're taking it all in, breathing, breathing, breathing. You do a lot in that space. Or you could just be. To squat. Forward lunge can be a tap, alternating tap. Forward lunge can be push off. Maybe you have a double balance, alternating. Whoa. Coming hips even, not allowing them to drop. Squat. Ooh, kind of like that double press balance. Double pulse. That's a fun one too. Use the term fun loosely. And exhaling, alternating push. All right, suitcase squat, hammer curl, break it up, keep it together, do 2 and 2, do 4 and 4. Rolling shoulders back, alongside body, I believe. Is this our? No, this is second circuit. All right. I don't know, actually, I forget. All right, rolling shoulders back, down, and lift. Maybe you do double. Maybe you want to pulse. Maybe you want to alternate. Maybe you want to pulse and bring it in, hammer curl in. That internal exhale. It's kind of a fun variation. Or maybe you come all the way up in that suit. We're holding 2 suitcases on our side and then bringing those weights up. Maybe together. Down and up, exhale. Whew. All right, upright row, front raise. Rolling shoulders back, bringing it back, lifting up. Whew. All right, exhale. 5 seconds, think about, you wanna alternate, you wanna do them together. Keep hitting my mic. Hopefully that's not like cutting it out. Lifting up. Gauge the weight. Let's see how this one goes. We'll see. I like that better. Singly. Is that a word? Singly? Singly. And lift. Exhale when you lift up. Leading with the elbow. Like if this were a bar, I'd be holding the bar alongside my body here, leading with the elbow. Good job, Ragamuffins. Ha! Oh, that was the 3rd round. All right, 90 seconds. I totally forgot that I put 90 seconds in here. 90 seconds because we have expended a lot of energy. Feel free to fast forward. I don't care. But stay with me if you want to give your body that downward rest, and then we're going to come up and bring it up. I know sometimes that can be annoying in a follow along video or a workout when the rest is longer than you anticipate, but you know, maybe you're short on time, and maybe like me sometimes you need to challenge that part of your brain that's like, it's okay, we need to slow it down, you need to take some rest. Yep, that's how my brain sounds when I talk in my head. We need to slow it down. All right, we got 35 seconds. We're gonna start 3 more exercises, 3 times. The first one is body weight. You can add like light weights, 1 to 2 pounds max. We're gonna go squat, hold to 8 punches. Lots of options here. You can go overhand, you can go underhand, you can come up. Yeah, but this one should get your heart rate back up. 10 seconds, rolling shoulders back. I have my toes a little bit out for this one, knees facing toes. So squat, you can come up and punch and keep the feet stable. You can squat, wide squat, and move those heels by rotating. You can come down and stay in that squat and punch for 8. You can come down, underhand, core stays engaged, pulsing, 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 and up. Weight is in the heels. Again, maybe you do 4 down and 4 up, turning those toes. Maybe you want to do 4 underhand, 4 up, 4 underhand, 4 up. All right, hand release push-up, 8 mountain climbers. All right, here is a support one. So you can use a countertop, a wall, the ground. I'm gonna start on the wall, hands across from chest, hand release push-ups. I'm not gonna do a hand release push-up on the wall. Regular push-up, mountain climbers, lift knees, 8, 7, 6, core engage, 2 and 1. I'm not gonna do a hand release push-up on a platform. Push-up stays here, core engage, bringing up those knees, 8, 7. You can keep that toe on the ground or you can lift them up. Hand release push-up on the ground is only in the plank position. Coming down, okay? 8, 7, 6. In tabletop, we're not doing the hand release because our forehead would, that would not be good. So hand release push-up is only in that plank position. And mountain climbers You pick a number that works best for you. 4 lunge pulses for bicep curls. Okay, bicep curls, we're gonna be hands out with this one, lifting up. You do not have to have weights here. You can split it up and do bicep curls only if you're tired of lunges. So lunge pulse, we're gonna come back and go 4, 3. You can always step forward, 2, 2, and 1. We're gonna split it up by 4 bicep curls or alternate. 2 and 1. Lunge pulse. Oop, get that. And exhale, bicep curl can be alternating. Maybe you split it up and do bicep curl only. Maybe you're seated. And breathing, breathing, breathing. Pulse. Here, knees aligned with toes. Pulse. 30-second squat holds. 8 punches. All right. Choose an option that works best for you. Maybe you liked holding the squat and punching. Maybe you like coming up in between. Rolling shoulders back, toes out, knees out. Punching over, punching under. Squat. And like I said, you can even add, like these are just nearby, but you can add if you'd like. Hand weights, 1, 2, underhand. Feel the weight, feel the pressure in the heels as you come down, alongside chest, pulse. Maybe then you come up and split it up side to side. Punching here, punching under. Maybe you like the hold. Da, da, da. Yes. Yes. And breathing. And 1. Woo. All right, hand release push-up. 8 mountain climbers. Think push-up. I should have written it in there differently, but push-up, 8 mountain climbers. Hands can be across chest on the wall. 1 push-up, exhale. Bring those knees up, core engaged. Here. Maybe you come down here, hands across from chest. You can be in tabletop. You can be in thigh pad. You can be in different positions. Maybe you're in thigh pad for a push-up and then you come up for plank and feel like that's doable to switch between the two. Maybe you have hand release push-up out to the side, in, push-up from there, exhale. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Maybe hands are on a platform. Here. And driving there. All right. Woo. 4 lunge pulse, bicep curl. So grabbing those weights on either side. Weights optional. Maybe you want to stick with the lunge. Maybe you want to do the bicep curl only. Maybe you want to combo it. Rolling shoulders back. And 1. You can step forward, come all the way up, or you can pulse. Hips align. And stepping up. 4, 3, maybe you alternate. And 1. Now make sure that other side, that other foot is aligned. Is taking action, pushing through that front foot, and bicep curl. With 4 and 4, I only have about time to do 1 each side. Maybe you are at a different pace than I, so I'm gonna do 2 and 2. I like to even it out sometimes. All right, 3rd round, last round. Whew. Squat hold, 8 punches, rocking it out, ragamuffins, just like normal. Remember, choose what works best for you. This is the last round. I'm trying to think, hopefully I didn't put a minute and a half after this. We'll see though. You never know, maybe I'll have to fast forward. It's okay, we can make mistakes. All right, 3. Toes out, knees out, coming down, maybe up, maybe feet stay stable, maybe you wanna rotate a little more, so you gotta lift those heels up, okay? 8 punches, core engaged. Maybe you're here, here, pulse, core engaged, 8 over, 8 under. Sorry, I mean separately. You can combine it if you want though, for sure. And up, each one, feel the pressure in the heels. Sometimes I feel I'm getting up on my toes, which is fine. There's different, you know, we can even do one right here on our toes only. Ooh, maybe we should. Maybe we'll do one round toe. Ha, 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 ah, balance. I like to get a little silly. Okay. Push-ups, 8 mountain climbers, coming down 1, maybe you come down 2, 8 mountain climbers, you pick what works best for you. All right. 5 seconds, rolling shoulders back, hands alongside body. Push, when you push away from the wall or the ground, exhale. Hands across from chest, make sure you're not up here. Pushing down, make sure hands are across from chest. On the support as well. Hands across from chest. And exhale. Hand release. If you'd like to add that, go ahead. Maybe you add it every other if you're working on that on the ground. Maybe you add a push-up and then a hand release in between. And, oh baby, lunge pulse, bicep curls, Ragamuffins. Working it, it's feeling good, yeah? Check in with yourself, how you feeling? Hopefully you're feeling empowered and energized. That's the name of the game. Rolling shoulders back. We're gonna go 4 lunge pulse, 4 bicep curl, 1, pulse, 2, and 4. Pushing through that front leg, lifting up, exhale, come down, pulse, push through that front leg. So knees alongside toes. And down. Good. Woo! We are working it today. Should feel that warmth in that bottom. I'm gonna make sure I get 4 on the other side, so I'm gonna switch here. So also it's nice to just be aware of your reps. Oh good, 30 seconds. Coming to the cool down, so hopefully I didn't do that. It's like, it's frosty out today. Like on the branches, all of them have a frost, it's real nice. We're coming into that cool down. 30 seconds for each. If you're joining us from circuit 1, circuit 2, or all the way, welcome. Awesome job today. Wide squat to reachers, toes out, knees out. This one we're doing a little bit of a groin stretch, side to side. Reach up and over, up and over. Rolling shoulders back, coming down, breathing, lifting up and over. Exhale, and lift. Chest stretch. All right, chest stretch can be on the wall here, one arm at a time, opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blade back. Chest stretch, you can use a belt, a towel, or your hands, reaching back, holding on, squeezing. If you feel balanced, open that neck, or you can do this seated and feel a little bit more secure in that chest stretch. Quad hip flexor right. All right, we're gonna come into a hip flexor stretch. Tuck that bottom under, up and over. For a quad stretch, takes a lot of balance and flexibility. Grab onto that leg. I actually prefer a quad stretch in half kneel. I need that band flexibility. This is not enough cushion for my, I'll use the band with the other one. All right, so quad stretch, hip flexor stretch left, tucking hip under. Let's say I took this stretch in half kneel. I have something for padding here. Here's a hip flexor, tucking my hip. Here's a quad. Something goes around. I don't know why it sounds around. Oh my gosh, don't do this in real time, Jamie. I usually do this with a gait belt. Here's a quad. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. It's bad when you do it in real time. No, that's what all this is. All right, alternating shoulder stretch. Opening up the shoulders, crossing. Maybe you hold for 15 on each. Maybe you do 5 seconds on each. Sometimes I like to kind of vary it back and forth. Breathing. Maybe you lift up. Get some triceps in there. Hamstring fold over. Inhale up. Exhale down. I like to grab the elbows. If for any reason this feels uncomfortable, please dig heel into the ground and hinge with one, dig heel into the ground and hinge with another, or hinge at a support. Using a support can help us feel a sense of safety. And breathing. Wall stretch, lat wall stretch. So I spider walk my hands up. You can also do child's pose here. If I were to do child's pose, I come down, hands down here. Exhale. Maybe I like holding on to something, grounding in something, and bringing my head down, getting that underarm. Last one, cat-cow. Can be in all fours or standing. Standing option, knees soft, all fours, hands across from shoulders, coming down, rounding, down, rounding the back, and woo, ragamuffins. Awesome. Awesome job. You rocked it today. Hopefully you enjoyed day 1, Energize and Empower. And remember, the 4 tendencies, that was a book it was from. I knew it would come to me. What works for you over what's wrong with you? What works for you? Try not to judge yourself in whatever that is. So movement for curiosity, movement for self-reflection, self-compassion, movement for more because you were made for more. I'll see y'all next time.